Hi everyone, Miss Bauman here, coming to you today to talk to you about AP exam registration. The window is now open, and so you can start registering for your AP exams using the website that we provide. We will do online registration again this year, um, and it's a pretty slick way to get all of your registration done in one quick swoop. You can pay by credit card, check, or cash. I'll talk a little bit about those students who qualify for free exams through the free and reduced lunch program in just a second. But please have that payment ready before you start this registration. This is an extremely important step. If you start the registration and then don't complete it, it kind of leaves a lingering registration out there that that won't allow you to go back and complete later on. So just make sure that you're ready to start it from beginning to end before you start. Again, if you have any questions, see anyone in the guidance office. We'll be happy to help. So first things first, we are going to you're going to get to this website by just clicking on the link on the high school main page. Once you click on that, you will get to what you see here, and we'll start with just the basic information. I'm going to enter in my information and then my student ID number. Right here, you'll see it says, have you previously registered? Log in here. You can use that link if you've taken an AP test before and you've used total registration last year, which if you took an AP test last year, you did. You use that login here, and then you go ahead and use the same information that you did in the past. If you can't remember, you'll see the next line. It helps you remember your login information. All right, I click next. Pretty straightforward. I'm going to confirm my information. Oh, I got to enter in my challenge question. I'm going to say childhood, and I'm going to enter in the street where I grew up. Click next. Okay, so a few reminders again. The test is $47. The deadline is March 13th. Checks are payable to ISD 277. In regards to the refund policy, go ahead and click on that if you want to read it. However, the bottom line of the refund policy is that there is no refund once you've registered. So just make sure that you are thinking things through before you go ahead and do it. All right, so next question. Am I a student that attends Mount Westonka High School? In this situation, I am. However, there are students at times that want to take a test on our site that are not attending here. So most of you will say yes. Almost all of you will say yes. So then I go in and complete the rest of the information. So first name, last name. I'm not required to complete these two pieces here. However, if you want to be reached by text or anything like that, we can do that if you enter in your cell phone. All right, so I'm an 11th grader this year. There's my student ID number. I'm a female. I'm white. My homeroom teacher this year is Mr. Hebert. Again, we just collect this information so that we can get a hold of you quickly. Are you registering for an exam for a subject or class in which you are not enrolled at Mount Westonka High School? So if you are a student who did a self-study, perhaps you're a student who speaks a different language at home and wants to take that AP exam in order to get credit for that, that would be considered a self-study. Maybe you did some kind of class over the summer at a university and you'd like to get college credit for it through the AP program. That would also be considered a self-study. I am not self-studying for anything, so I'm going to click no. 99% of you will also click no in the situation. And then we also ask you to identify yourself if you are enrolled in an online AP course through Apex, which is the high school's version, or through another online provider. So this is for those students who are taking online AP stats or online AP environmental science or chemistry or Chinese, any of those classes. This is for you. So go ahead and click yes if that is you. In my situation, it is not, so I'm going to say no. If you are a student who qualifies for free and reduced lunch, you will get a discounted testing fee, and so we want to work with you on that. Please identify yourself, and then you can then take in your registration. I then go in and approve it, and then you don't need to pay the full price for your testing fee, so we want to support you in that way. So identify yourself. The information remains private. And it really is, that is about all you need to do, and we'll take care of the rest. So please don't let that stop you from registering for an AP exam or from being able to get a discounted price on the exam. because it is worth it, and it really could help save you some money down the road when it comes to college if you get a high enough score. All right, so I click next here, and then I'm going to fill in my parents' information. That is my dad's real name. And I'm going to just fill in his work number. He does not work, but if he did, maybe this would be the number. All right, and I'm going to click next. So this is kind of the meat and potatoes of the registration site. All you have to do here is click the class over here, and then click the teacher over here. So we're asking you to confirm twice, basically. Make sure that you have the right teacher. So if you were to click AP Statistics and then choose Mrs. Blanchard, we know that those don't line up, so we're going to connect with you to make sure that you are registering with for the right classes. So it's kind of a double check for us. So I'm an 11th grader, so I'm in AP Bio, AP Calc, AB, and World History. I'm going to make sure that classes line up. So Biology is Mr. Swenson, Mrs. Paul for Calc, and Mr. Hebert for AP US History, or World History. All right, would you like to take an exam not listed above? For some of you, that might be the case. Again, self-study or things like that, you would click yes. Again, 99% of you will click no. So click next. All right, so that was like the biggest part of all. This is where you get to choose if you're going to pay credit card, cash, or personal check. If you pay cash or credit card, you click those, it'll then prompt you. You need to print out a page and then bring your payment in with that page to the guidance office so we can confirm your registration. If you do not bring payment in, you will not be registered. And that is the truth. We had students who did not make the registration deadline last year because they never paid. So please be clear that you will not get your registration done until you have paid. All right, so for most of you, I think all except for 2 students last year paid by credit card. So I would assume that it'd be the same again this year. For most of you, this is going to be a credit card payment. So you click credit card and next. So now I'm going to just confirm my registration. It even tells me here it's not complete until I click confirm my registration. So all of my personal information is correct. There's my dad's information. And then I have biology with Mr. Swenson, calc with Mrs. Paul, and world history with Mr. Hebert. I'm going to pay by credit card. My total comes to $141. I have read the refund policy. I do not want extra study help from this website. And so I'm going to now confirm my registration. All right, so this concludes the registration portion of my, the total registration portion of my registration. I still need to pay. You haven't entered in any credit card information or anything like that. At this point, when you click on proceed to pay, let's hope it does it. Oh, it's just taking a second here. It's going to eventually connect you, here we go, to the high school's RevTrack site. So if you have used RevTrack for lunches or for student payments, for activities or anything like that, it's the exact same site. So we're going to use that site to collect your money. It's kind of like using, kind of like Apple Pay or anything like that. Like now we're going to use something else to pay. So you're going to go ahead and confirm, yep, I want to, my total registration, AP exam fees. I'm going to go ahead to checkout. And this is where you're going to need to log in to finish your payment. Most of you will have a login because you already used this site for other things like activities or lunch. If you've never used RevTrack before, you or your parent have never used RevTrack before, you will need to then create an account. However, the rest of you have already created an account, so you go ahead and enter the email address that's associated with that account, probably a parent's address. You're going to click continue and then go through the registration portion for RevTrack. That is a real quick and easy one that everyone should be familiar with. So I'll stop right here and assume that everyone can take it from here. Again, if you have questions, please let us know. This presentation with me chatting a lot took 9.5 minutes. However, I think registration for you could take as short as 5-6 minutes. So I would encourage you to do it as soon as possible. But again, please don't do it before you have payment. And please don't wait till the absolute last minute. It can get frustrating for students if the registration doesn't work and you've waited until March 2nd to do it. Thanks for your time. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.